Hello, people. So I have not posted in about 2 weeks or so. Yeah, I think yeah, 2 weeks exactly. Because no, 2 weeks and a few days. 2 weeks and a few days. Then I posted in 2 weeks and a few days because I went off to camp. I'm not gonna say the camp name. I'm not gonna say any information about it. So yeah. Also, you might hear some censors in this video because this is completely unscripted. So I might accidentally mention information that I most definitely shouldn't. So yeah. So I went to. This is my fourth year. This is my fourth year at a Jewish summer camp that I went to for 2 weeks. As I said, I'm not gonna say any other information about it. So basically, the layout of it is so it's really cool. It has a lot of walking, but so there's the mess hall. I'm not gonna even say the Jewish terms for the sake of myself. I'm a very private person. So we have the mess hall, which has both where you would take meds. It has the place that you go for sick call and stuff right near it. Then if you walk through past some kind of tent with flowers near it and stuff, you go into a really large area that has at the very top of the hill the art center. On the side of it, picnic benches. On near the picnic benches, but still a bit below, the campfire, and then way below it is plains, and then below it are some greenhouses or whatever. I don't know. I've never seen them once in my life besides just the outside of it. Then there's some plains and stuff. Then if you walk through a hole, you get to the basketball court, and then after the basketball court is the pool and whatever, and then you're able to walk to the cabins. Then it's the sports field, and it's you get the idea. You get the idea. So it's pretty chill. It's pretty chill. So yeah, so camp is pretty chill. Camp is really chill. It's my fourth year, so I already know the layout of some stuff. Anyway, so here is the highlights that I have for my art stuff. Yeah, that's probably more. I'm just gonna expand the recording based on how much I need to show. Anyway, so okay, let me look at my script. Okay, part 3. Friends and staff. Okay. Me 10 seconds ago, I didn't even write a script. I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, talk about. Okay, so first friend, friend of 4 years at camp. Very, very nice. Currently obsessed with anime. Pretty preppy, pretty drama obsessed, chill person. Very silly. 2, biodegradable charcoal. That's actually what they asked me to call them. That's what they asked me to call them, dude. If I make a video this about what happened at camp, that's what they asked me to call them. I swear to God. Friend of 2 years, because it's the second year at camp and stuff, so you know. So okay, Dave. That's his little doing code names here. So last year, quick little recap of last year. So Dave, there was this guy who I became friends with, and he was like, "Do you want to join the Spider Dave cult?" And I'm like, "What?" And it's just a cult. It's a meme cult. It isn't even an actual cult. We're not even doing any actual worshiping. We're just making jokes about it. Around the meme, the Spider Dave, you better behave, Minecraft spider meme. It's just a cult around that. I got all my friends into it. So, my entire camp friend group is all just in the cult. And if they're not, then they're friends of the cult. And we literally make jokes about how if you betray the, Spider Dave cult, you are up for execution. I don't know, bro. I'm very loyal to the Spider Dave cult. If you mess with the cult, you mess with me. And if you mess with me, you mess with the cult, bro. I swear to God. So, we have the cult leader. I'm just gonna call the cult that guy the cult leader now. Never mind. Golf Ball. That's the nickname that I actually call him. I became friends with him this year. He is such a nerd in the best way possible. It's so funny to me about random stuff, so that's why I call him Golf Ball. Because this guy reminds me of Golf Ball in an unholy level of an unholy scale. At that point, he's talking to Golf Ball, genuinely. He chill. M number 1, because. So the name that starts with M is a very, very common Jewish name. So there's a billion people with that name, so I had to go by numbers. she is in the group. Yeah, it was a she. Yeah, so she's in the group. And, like, you know, she chill. We ship her and the cult leader. Okay, we ship her and the cult leader. Okay, that's what we do. And then, P, who, so I got married to her last year. Now listen. The official title is married platonically over mayo, because we actually got married over mayo packets. She proposed to me using mayo packets. Because I was obsessed with mayo packets that year. We threw mayo packets in the air to celebrate our wedding, and then when we picked them up off the ground, we literally ate them after. Because you know, you wear white on Shabbat and stuff, so we literally, like, celebrate Shabbat the entire night on Fridays at the camp. Because Jewish camp, guys. Woo. So on the second and last Shabbat of that camp session, we had gotten married. So we got to celebrate our first year anniversary this year. Yay. Me and my wife. Platonic wife. So, yeah, that's basically all the people. Last year, I did have this friend B, but me and Eleanor ended up realizing she was a bit toxic, so I ended up cutting her off. I didn't see her at all this year, so I think she might have went to a different session. Because, you know, if you're in a different session, you're not going to see anyone from the other sessions. Unless you're a counselor, because then you're a counselor, you're there for the entire summer. So, you have to be there for all the sessions. Yeah. Basically all the friends. So, for the staff, we had, I'm just going to say I. I'm just going to say I. We had I, who, fun fact about her, broke the Idaho State Capitol building, and I'm not going to give you context for that, just so you think that she has, like, super strength or something. I'm not going to give any of you context for that. She did give us the context, but, like, I'm not going to give it to you. Kind of strict-ish, but nice. You know, she chill. M, who, very strict on the outside, but also, like, really nice. Her voice is so unironically loud that she literally uses it as an alarm clock. I'm not joking. We wake up to both, like, whatever music and, like, the sound of her voice. Fun fact. The entire camp session for 2 weeks. Imagine this. As someone who listens to Vocaloid, BFDI fan songs, BFDI OST, Object Show, stuff, like, basically all the, like, more alternative rock stuff you can imagine. But also, you know, like, fucking Vocaloid. I love Hatsune Miku. Having to wake up to Uptown Girl and Beauty and a Bee by Justin Bieber every single morning at, like, 7 a.m. Every single morning. It wasn't even, like, just the genre. It was those two songs specifically, and then probably, like, Taylor Swift or something. Like, bro. Not one Hatsune Miku song, bro, genuinely. I mean, probably don't know Hatsune Miku, but, you know. My dad knows Hatsune Miku, and he's, like, 46. My dad knows Hatsune Miku. And my mom does, too, and she's also 46. Like, what the hell? Why can't y'all just, like, get yourself together and become cultured on the power of Vocaloid? This is satire, by the way. So, yeah, it was, like, genuine torture, because that song became, like, like, at camp, there's always, like, 3 songs that are trending, and those, like, the only songs that are played ever. And I was the co-leader. Sorry, I have, like, a cold-ish. At one point, he literally told us that he woke up to them because he's in a boys' cabin playing, like, stereotypical white girl music, like Taylor Swift and whatever, and, like, Taylor Swift and, like, whatever. No hate if you listen to those artists, I just don't like them at all. So, like, you know. Anyway, C, who is straight from Colombia, fact about M, she is, straight from Israel, so, peak. And then we have C, who is straight from Colombia, like, straight plane flight to where the camp is from Colombia. She is a pure angel of joy and love and deserves everything good and pure the world has to offer and more. She is amazing. She's an angel, dude. Like, at the end of camp, I was physically begging her, like, please, save up so you can come back. Save up so you can come back. Save up so you can come back to us. Please, I love you. Like, and then there was also in the other girls' cabin, G, you were in Z. Yes, that's in the name of the cabins too. Who I'm gonna call her N, who somehow, even though she's like 6 years older than me, was in like basically all the same fandoms as me. Like CRK mainly. I think apparently she was also like really into Alien Stage. I haven't seen it. I mean, I kind of have ish. Started watching like the first episode or whatever, but also like somehow the algorithm has indoctrinated me into the fandom, but not like the actual episodes. So I keep seeing shorts of it, but like not the actual, not like anything else. So like I don't know. She begged me to watch it though, so like I might check it out. Tell me though. I should watch if I should watch it. If I should wash it, yes. If I should wash it, yeah, I'm doing to sell, aren't I? Anyway, yeah. So that's like basically all the staff. Okay, so let me look at my script. Number 4, drama. There was some of that. So I am a very loud person. I have struggled with volume and like volume control and tones all my life. Apparently, I'm gonna get an ADHD and autism system in December when I turn like, I'm not gonna say my age, but in December, and it's already scheduled. And it's apparently one of those professional clinics. It's the one where you sit down, you do a whole thing, they email you questions. Apparently, I have to sit there for like 4 hours with them, just answering stuff, and them helping me and whatever. And like, bro, it's like the professional one, bro. It's a good one. I am so lucky. So So this was mainly an issue, but because there's this girl, gonna call her H. I'm not gonna use real names. I respect privacy. Uh, um, who genuinely was like very, very pretty bad to me. Me no likey. So, as I am a very loud person and also a gory person, I am not joking. I have such a huge hyperfixation on like parasites and cannibalism and stuff. I am not joking. I have been into it since I was like, I like the concept of it for about like a year now or so. And my mom said we're gonna go to a bookstore tomorrow, and I'm gonna be able to pick out the second and third part of the book I'm reading. The only other parts of the book I'm reading, and also a ton of parasite books, so I can learn about parasites. Because parasites are cool. Yeah. I've also been obsessed with earthworms since I was like in kindergarten. Even now, I still pick them up and hold them and save them from dying from heat on the sidewalk after the rain, and instead putting them in the grass so they can bury into the ground again. They're so cute. They just wiggle around. Man. They're so cute. I literally like pet the worms, bro. I swear to God. Anyway. So, I of course talk and joke about pretty gruesome-ish things. That's what you do when your favorite show is very mature. I'm joking. And that's what you do. So she like started like berating me over it and stuff. Like, she would just eavesdrop to my conversations and comment on what I'm saying, specifically to my close friends of like 2 to 4 years, by the way, and like berating me and like scolding me. Someone I have never seen in my life, by the way, scolding me about me speaking too loud and having my top of other people I want to see. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I say some pretty gruesome things sometimes, but like, bro, dude, like, genuinely, I have not seen anyone else come out. I was talking about way more gruesome things in like a year ago, around like the entire like unit of people before. Like, I remember, I think I've seen her once or twice ish like a year ago, and Like, I was talking about, the game, like, mouthwashing, that game? I was obsessed with that game, like, a year ago, and it was all I talked about at camp. And, of course, I couldn't do imagery, but I told them everything about the plot and whatever, and, like, you know, that was, like, that was really gruesome, the one time. All I'm doing is mentioning, like, an earthworm or worms or whatever, bro. I mean, I do call maggots wormies, but, like, you get the idea, And she's, like, suddenly grossed out by, I don't know. Apparently she, like, really doesn't like blood, and, like, yeah, fair. I'm chill with it, but, like, you do you. I just don't comment on it, I guess. And I don't even remember me talking about blood too much around her. Yeah. Anyway, so, that was a whole thing because she was, like, such a bitch towards me. She was such a bitch. Anyway, so then there's another scene. So, like, how I was, like, pinned at Hot Topic and stuff. So I went there. There's this pin that my friend from school, who we'll call D, who has this, like, pin, like, blue pin with white text from Hot Topic for, like, $5, that was asking me about my lobotomy with a little, like, smiley face on it and stuff, you know. So I bought that pin, and I've had it for, like, 2 years now, and I wore it one day at camp, and this other girl started absolutely, like, and this girl, we're gonna call her A, started berating me for it, saying I was a horrible person. She literally said I was, like, hurting people with mental illness, bro. One, I know a lot about mental illness. My mom has anxiety. I have anxiety, which is anxiety is actual mental illness. My dad has depression, which heavily affected his livelihood and made my parents get a literal divorce and gave me trauma. So, like, bro, even if it is a joke about mental illness, let me have that, bro. Let me have that. Yeah, so, like, she was, like, loudly bad-mouthing me in the cabin to, like, her friend. And, like, saying how offensive I was being and, like, how disgusting I am. Luckily, this year, finally, thank God, I got to have music with me because I unlocked the ability, of found old iPod, put music in iPod. So, I was like, I had music this year and stuff. Yay. Yeah. But, like, so I could easily hear it even with my earbuds on it. E came over to me and she was like, drama obsessed, like, hey, those girls are, like, really bad-mouthing you. And I'm just like, I know, bro. I could easily hear all of that. They try to badmouth me. They're not doing a good job at it. They are not doing a good job. I think H had another thing against me because once again I was too loud while badmouthing her. So, like, that's the whole thing. But, like, she didn't directly say any of that. So I'm just assuming on that part. But yeah. So that kind of fucking sucked. I don't really care though, dude. If you're, like, berating someone over a $5 pin from Hot Topic, that, like, it's not like I'm walking up to someone who had a lobotomy and directly telling them that they can just, like, go back to talking and having emotions, bro. Like, oh yeah, you're faking it. You can just, like, get up out of your wheelchair and walk. Like, bro, what? I am so sorry to lobotomy victims, bro. It's just a literal $5 pin. It's a $5 pin. That's pretty expensive for a pin, actually, to be honest. But, like, what? Anyway, yeah. So, yummy. Wait, what was I saying? Anyway. So I think that was mostly, like, the drama and stuff. This year was actually pretty fun because... So we have, like, electives or whatever that we take every single year. This year I got to do it for my art one. Plushie making. I just made Piku Niku stuff, which is gonna be in the art thing, I think. Piku Niku stuff. Piku, the red one, Niku, the yellowish orange one, and then the ghost that you see at the start of the game that helps you with the tutorial. Yeah. I was gonna make the, like, black worm that you see, but, I ran out of material. Or I ran out of time, actually, because N left 2 days before the end of camp. So we didn't know where any of the sewing material was, so we weren't able to, like, sew it all on the last day. But, so you only get the elective for about 3 days before you switch. And by 3 days, that's specifically because a lot of days we end up not having electives due to, like, events and stuff. EX, Shabbat, which is... Shabbat is specifically because, like, oh, yeah, God made the earth and whatever in, like, 4 days and rested on the 5th. Like, you know, it's that thing, you know? So you're resting on Shabbat, you know? And then on Saturday, we don't do anything because it's a whole, like, do whatever you want for, like, 2 hours thing. It's, like, 2 blocks of it. You get to do, like, basically whatever you want as long as you're in or at one of the locations that are designated for you to be at. They're able to be at, you know, like, so you know. But there was a lot of stuff like Maccabia, and there were there was, like, wildfires and, like, forest fires coming from the east, and from where I was at, not really the east, I don't know, though. I'm just 6 hours away from camp, so my family was way closer to it, and so they were, like, suffering. We only had to be on, like, lockdown-ish for, like, for, like, 1 day or so, and then we just, like, didn't do as much physical activity the next day, but, you know, it was okay. So, you know, yeah, we had to do way less at camp. My mom was, like, honed up. My mom was, like, housed up for, like, a week, though. Bleh. Don't go to noises in the background. I'm fidgeting with stuff. Wait, what's in here? What's in here? This foam thing that I was gonna use for art. That's like literally an year old. Never done stuff with. Mini sketch pad was originally for writing, but then I ended up not grabbing it because they found something else. Crayons and really cheap oil pastels and stuff. Nail pen stuff that's able to be used for art. Sticker. Lead. Helical pencils. Pencil. Cap of something. Okay, that's what's in here. Anyway, yeah. So on my script, I just wrote like 5. I wanted to do 5 parts. And it's just like, I don't fucking know. Eat a earthworm for all I care. Why did I write that, bro? Why did I write that? Why did I write that, dude? What the hell? What the hell? I don't know. Anyway, that was my ranting. It's probably gonna be some, like, whatever, I know, me playing Animal Hospital or whatever in the background. Because this is completely unscripted, so, like, other than me, like, censoring whenever I mention someone's name, just, like, once, it's completely unscripted. It's just, like, crazed ramblings. So, yeah, it's just crazed ramblings. Anyway, goodbye. Thank you for watching. You made it this far. You probably didn't because my crazed delusions are very hard to listen to. Yeah, goodbye. I might post a video of me going to the bookstore, but probably not because I end up recording it and then never posting it.